Hi, how are ya? It's Travis in here, and welcome back to our adventures in Diablo 4. Last episode, we completed some Nightmare Dungeons, and today is a big day because it is the release of patch 1.1.1, which means we have an extra stash spot now. Right on time, guys. We're pretty much full on loot. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put all this loot here that we are saving for Shrednado, and I'm just going to put it here. And then we got a weapon here. I don't know what to do with this. We'll just put that down here. And now we have our own little, potion and jewelry tab now, so that's good. A lot of things have changed. It's going to be really damn good. I'm excited to get inside these Nightmare Dungeons, guys. But first, we're going to do a regular dungeon here that we have never done before called Sunken Library. So let's check this out. Get a little bit of renown here. But yeah, so many changes, guys. They're moving in the right direction. Bosses now have more health. For example, bosses at level 100 have 100% increased health. Bosses at level 120 have 120%, and 150, 150%. So bosses should be more of a challenge. We'll see what it's like. We'll be fighting bosses above level 60. Bosses at level 80 have 50% increased health, so we'll get to fight bosses that have 50% increased health. And the mob density has increased inside of Helltides and Nightmare Dungeons. So I'm looking forward to that. We should probably check out a Helltide, because maybe we'll actually get like a lot of cinders from it. Who knows? Right? Since there's more mobs, we should be able to get cinders much faster. I'm really looking forward to this, because that's what I really want in the game. Like, there shouldn't really be a lot of downtime from you running to mob pack in Diablo. Like, you want to be fighting the entire time, man. Well, I do. So, I'm pretty damn excited for this. Pretty sure these dungeons won't have that. But, we'll see what they're like. We haven't done this dungeon before, too, so... interesting to check out. Let's get our elixirs going here. We'll also be getting a lot more XP in dungeons. Because, there's more mobs, obviously. And the Druid got some interesting buffs to their companion abilities. So maybe the companion build may become like a legit Druid build now. I just hope my builds didn't get nerfed too much. I only did like a brief, skim over the patch.
Raised another undead today. Excellent specimen. Technique improving. Full mobility this time. Directed it to move a scroll. Scroll ended up in torn pieces. Must work on fine control of fingers and hands. Peers in the clans might sniff a juice of necromancy. Undead labor is cheap. Free. Library too valuable to let rot. But too expensive to hide listeners. If studies go well, who knows what gems I might discover here.
Wonder what gems she discovered. Yeah, they're moving in the right direction. This is a huge patch. The stash tab helps out so much on both of my characters. I think the dungeons are going to be a lot more fun.
I need more spirit.
Because those are my favorite moments in the game. Like, you're fighting like 100 mobs in one area. Getting like overwhelmed. Probably make hardcore more of a challenge too, I would assume, right? People are going to be used to these dungeons with not as many mobs, and they're going to go into a dungeon or to a part of a dungeon that they normally had no trouble with, and they'll probably start having trouble with it just because of the increased mob density.
I'm not ready.
Oh, Sacred Gloves, nice. I have a feeling I'm going to fill that stash tub up pretty quick. Or stab. Call it a stash tub. Just gives me more time though, right? To like just focus on playing the game and then do some organization stuff later.
I'm not ready.
We'll also get to, keep more legendaries that we think we may use in the future, or, aspects as well. One thing I should do is probably fill up the aspects tab here. This will free up some space. Like any good aspects that I have, I should probably just put them in here. And Little Bear hooked us up with some more information. So what I was doing before is I wasn't really looking at ancestral rares. And he told me that we can actually put aspects on these and turn them into legendaries. So if these weapons have stats that we want on the weapon that we want, then these will be pretty damn good. So I'm going to keep an eye out on just ancestral rares in general, like this one. And if we get some good stats on it, maybe we'll, put an aspect on it and use it. So shout out to Little Bear, and thanks again for helping me out. Totally forgot about that. Happy that somebody noticed. There's a, oh yeah, that's the other way. This one's not bad. Damage to distant enemies. Damage to affected by shadow damage over time enemies. It's probably one we don't really want. 20% damage over time. Yeah, we don't really... Those stats aren't the greatest, so we'll probably vendor that one. But yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to that. So we'll start doing that. And hopefully that will get us to our Shrednado build a little bit faster. We'll always keep a pulverized set though. And maybe we'll be able to build multiple sets now. But I assume it's going to cost us a pretty penny to, change all these items from rare to legendary. So we may have to do a little bit of gold farming or rare material farming. I think you get most of that inside of, Nightmare Dungeons. Helltides for sure give you a lot of materials. Yeah, it's good to see Diablo, coming out with a good patch. This is exciting. We're one step closer to where we want the game to be, or where I want the game to be. I really just want to like have a ladder, but to be honest, at the moment, I wouldn't even be doing ladder yet. Not level 100. I think once they get a ladder out, that's going to be a huge patch, like for Season 3. It's going to be cool comparing this time to like Diablo 4 in like 4 years, or even like 3 years. Game's probably going to be like vastly different. Well, it'll still be the same, ARPG concept, but we'll probably have like tons of quality of life features, I would assume. And different game modes as well. If you compare 2013 Diablo 3 to, you know, 2022 Diablo 3, it is like a night and day difference. I'd say it's not even the same game. Oh, we got an event here. Go. Oh, Ancestral Ring! How good is this bad boy? Got the gain 1 additional companion. In addition, your companion skills deal 26% bonus damage, so awesome aspect for companion there. Maybe this one's just a keeper just because of that. 16.5% poison damage, 19.5% fortified generation, 4.6% lucky hit chance, and 11.5% barrier generation. So, not the greatest stats, but pretty good aspect on it. I think eventually that's what our stash will be full of, like, legendaries with perfect aspects. And then we'll just have to decide which ones we want to get rid of. Travel to the Forbidden Archive. Another conduit shrine. Sacred Helm. Getting tons of legendaries today. Also, don't know if I mentioned this, but goblins, treasure goblins, they give out guaranteed legendaries now. Past level 15. So, we can now get guaranteed legendaries from treasure goblins whenever we see them. They're actually worth chasing down. There we go.
I cannot carry anymore.
And that is one thing we will probably notice, which I don't have a problem with at all. But we will be filling up our bags quite a bit. So we will be going back to town a little bit more often, and that's just because, you know, we're slaying more mobs. I think in the Nightmare dungeons, we may be going back to town potentially 2 times per dungeon. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see if we got any... some of them ancestral rare 2-handed mace, willpower, critical strike damage, core skill damage. That's pretty good. And ultimate skill damage. think I would roll off the ultimate skill damage. That's actually pretty good. Damn. Is that better than what we have? This is 793. This one's a 774. It's a pretty nice weapon right there. I don't know what to do. We'll just sell the stuff we know we don't want.
Always smart to buy surprise inventory.
Ancestral rare gloves. 2 ranks of lightning storm. Something we really don't want at the moment. Got a ranks of pulverize. Where we would like want to check that out. Or Toxiclaws. It's not sacred.
Unusual, but a good addition to my wares.
There's another. You get so many ancestral weapons. I should have. Yeah, that's what you do, guys. If you get to World Tier 4, you just change a rare into a legendary. Maybe we'll change this into a legendary and just see what happens. This one's kind of mediocre. Stats aren't the greatest.
Well, I would like that.
Ancestral offhand, lucky hit chance, primary resource, chance to slow. Not the greatest.
Unusual.
Scythe, we already looked at.
To my
Don't really want it. And obviously the blues we'll get rid of. Okay, so let's head back to the dungeon and collect more stuff. That's cool. We actually found a weapon we might use. We got Conduit Shrine. Oh yeah, right here.
Not ready yet.
Can you die while in Conduit? I don't think you can you?
I do not have enough spirit. I'm not ready yet.
I wonder if you can die while in Conduit. I don't think you can. Because you have no defensive cooldowns. All you can do is just blink to other, mobs and do damage. "13 enemies remain." So shouldn't these enemies spawn on us? Right? Like those guys over there, they should just like spawn on us. I should look into that mechanic, like how that works. Maybe we have to like come in contact. Yeah, it's like this. There you go. So you have to come in contact with the mobs and then they all just spawn on you. That makes sense. Oh, here's some more. How about that? And we are level 77. And we have finished Sunken Library. Nice. Alright, so let's get another node here on our Paragon tree. 1% total armor while in werebear form. Yeah, take that. Alright, so there we go. Completed that dungeon. Let's go back. Bags are almost full. Get rid of the rest of our items. And maybe we'll turn this rare into a legendary just to check it out.
Always smart to buy surprise inventory.
These boots aren't the greatest. These pants, not great. Ancestral ring. It's not bad, but don't really care for the barrier generation. Or the werewolf skills for now.
Well, I would like that.
Damage to stun enemies, damage to distance, core skill damage fallen. This is pretty good. Just damage to stun kind of sucks. Damage to distance isn't the greatest either.
Unusual, but a good addition to my wares.
Damage to injured, core skill damage. Not bad.
I would like that.
But I think the weapon we have is still the best one we have gotten so far. Alright, so let's head over to the Occultist. And we'll see what we can do here. I wonder what aspect I can put on it. Maybe I could put one on from our Codex of Power. This is what we got from the last dungeon. Deal 25% more damage to immobilized, stunned, or frozen enemies. And that is a sorcerer aspect. And I think we're going to start seeing more stash tabs come out in the future, because it seems like a lot of... I know it's not a good thing, but it seems like a lot of people who just played the game for the story are kind of done with the game.
If you want work done, let's
A lot
get
of
started.
people do that. They just play Diablo for the story and just like to check it out. And they probably moved on to like another RPG, I would assume. So I think we'll see more stash tabs in the near future, I hope. Okay, so what does this do? Replace an affix. That's not it, is it? Enchant a rare or legendary item, replacing unwanted affix with a new one. Legendary item to be destroyed. So, can I do this with this? And then do this? Okay, see how this goes. I'm gonna find pulverize creates a shockwave. I think that it might only be an aspect that you can get from other legendaries. Like you can't get it, it's not in our codex. So we may have to find a legendary in our chest. Yeah, it's too bad. Alright, so let's head back. We'll go get a legendary. See how this goes. Could actually be a better item. Good thing about the one we have, though, is its item power is pretty high. It will be higher than the item we're crafting, I would assume. Currently is higher. Let's just find a weapon. It's usually the aspects on either weapon or wing or rings. Alright, here's one right here. Oh yeah, it's already imprinted, so we probably can't take it off that one. We should probably just get rid of this one. Just looking for like a basic pulverize. There we go. That's pretty basic. This one's actually really good. Never mind. Save that for a legendary I know. It's going to be an upgrade. There we go. There's a legendary one. And we'll see. We'll see if this one's better. If we can get some vulnerable damage on it, it could potentially be a better weapon.
Don't dally. Hand it over.
Okay, so let's extract the aspect off this guy. So you can't extract an imprinted aspect off of a weapon that you imprinted the aspect on. That makes sense. Okay, so let's do this. And we'll go to our inventory. Get our new... Yeah, here we go. So this is the weapon. Now it's a legendary. Same item power, too. 2074 damage. Thing is, it's not upgraded. Could be better. We'll see what we can do with this. It's going to cost us some rares. It's a decent amount. So you kind of wanted to make sure that's going to be better. It could potentially be better. We'll see. We'll do it. I'm always like that in games. I like to save stuff that I'm probably going to spend anyways. Okay, so there we go. Now we got to go to the guy who upgrades these items, and we'll get it upgraded. See if it can like catch up. Should probably go back to the occultist, or should we upgrade it first? Probably upgrade it. See if it actually can compare to our other weapon.
Use it well.
It's catching up. Yeah, it's actually better, dude. That's awesome. That's so cool. Now we're going all the way with this bad boy. It's in our bags. So let's compare it to this one. 245. Nah, it's not better. That's a worse aspect on it, too. Should we keep upgrading it? It's going to cost quite a bit to do this last one.
I can fix it.
Gives you the preview. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be better. I wonder if I add, like, does it, like, if I add the gems to it, does that actually increase the damage? I know I should probably already know this stuff, guys, but I've just been flying through the game. Here, let's just see. Actually, I'll just put a gem in it, and we'll see if we can get, like, if it increases its damage per second. Alright, so it's at 2. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's weird. It's kind of weird how it doesn't like go up. So that doesn't really mean anything. I wonder if I change the stat on it. Like if I change the stat on it, will that increase its damage per second? go to chant item. Get rid of the ultimate damage. 100% over basic skills. Yeah, those kind of suck. 100.8% overpowered damage with werebear skill. I guess we'll take that one. Does that do anything? No, it's the exact same. And then the next time I do that, it's like 1,000,000 gold. Insane how much it goes up. So yeah, that's just it's not going to be better, which is okay. But it was cool just to test it out. We didn't spend too much. I didn't fully upgrade it. And if we want it to be better, we're going to have to like spend coin, or maybe it'll never be better. I'll have to look into that. Could be wrong about it. Let's get rid of this. It's an old weapon. Get rid of it.
Cannot salvage that.
Get our actual weapon in there. Get rid of this. Kind of like to keep these. Just that aspect we want to use in our new build. Cyclone armor, that can go. And the ring. The ring's kind of cool. Because it has a perfect companion aspect on it. Okay, so yeah. That was interesting. Learned a lot there. How to like change, rares into legendaries. And now I guess we'll start doing tier 33 nightmare dungeons. Which one should we do? Let's do Nostrava Deepwood. So they got the affixes. Poison damage we deal 15% more poison damage. Avenger. That's the enraging affix. Monster poison damage is increased. Monster barrier. And monsters have crowd control resist as well. Alright, so here we go. Let's check out these nightmare dungeons, guys. See what they're like. Tier 33 should be... The mob should be level 87. So if we fight a boss, at the end, they should have 50% increased health. I think we will only be fighting mobs like that for quite a while. Until we hit level 100, and then they'll have 100% increased health. Probably level 90, we'll start fighting level 100 bosses. It's cool that they gave them more health. They needed more health, man. They were getting completely wrecked. They almost felt like elites, not bosses, you know? So here we are, Strava Deepwood. Let's use another consumable here. A 5% XP pot. We need to slay all the enemies. We're using the new ring, so we have less health now, guys. But we should be doing more damage.
I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment. Wait a moment.
Yep. Got her in this chest. moving. And supposedly with these new changes to dungeons, all of the rankings for like the best dungeon to farm glyphs and best dungeons for XP, that has all changed now. So I'm interested to see those changes as well, like which nightmare dungeons are the best to do for Season 1. Wind Shear has up to a 9% chance to fully restore your spirit. That's cool, I've never seen that aspect before. Nice stats on it too, like critical strike damage with werewolf skills, vulnerable damage, and you just re-roll the fortified gen into something else. It's another nice ring, but the problem is it's not ancestral. Oh! I'm telling you guys, those little porcupines, those guys are dangerous. Like, they have burst. I don't know what they got. They got like a 3-shot burst. It does so much damage.
Do not have enough spirit.
Okay, we slain. Okay, we gotta be slaying all the enemies. But yeah, the damage, man. It's just insane from those elite porcupines. I remember we were fighting one on my druid, I believe. Or maybe it was my rogue, and he was just one-shotting me. Probably the druid. He almost got kicked out of the nightmare dungeon. So I kept trying to fight him, and then eventually I just backed off. I'm like, I'm not going in there. And it was tough to beat him because one of the affixes was resource drain. So he would just like hit us with that 3-shot snipe, and we'd have no resource to use pulverize. And then we just get rocked over and over again. Probably avoid nightmare dungeons with resource drain.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, this feels like we're fighting a lot more mobs than the last time we were in the Shroud Deepwood. I'm enjoying it so far. I know I'm moving a little slow through it. I know we're looking at loot and stuff. Yeah, we already logged. Okay, there we go, full up. Let's head back. Maybe I should put the gems in the bank, or the stash, whatever you want to call it. Just to save us a little bit more space. So we'll do that, we'll put the gems away and check the items here. It's nice having a gem tab again. Do we have any more gems just hanging around? There we go. Alright. We'll put these just in here. And then we'll check out these rares. Hopefully we got something good. If we see any ancestral weapon that's like item power 800 rare, then it's probably going to be comparable to our weapon.
Well struck.
I really should just look at the item power, and that'll tell us if it's worth, you know, looking at. Yeah, that one's not the greatest. Yeah, helm's not that great. It's a nice stats on that, but just it's a low item power.
Anything else?
I think you really want like the 800. I wonder if they actually give rare item power 800 items. Those are probably. I wonder if anybody ever sees those.
Anything else?
We need an amulet. Yeah, not the greatest stats on that.
Well struck.
Alright, so let's head back. Got some more space in our bags. Should be good for the rest of the dungeon, I hope. Okay, there's a shrine. Something we can pick up for the shrine over here.
I must wait.
It's just back here. There it is. See what we get. Protection shrine, nice. Pick this up and get moving. Try to pull a bunch of stuff. Get everything here.
I must wait a moment.
A little bit more time. Look at the size of this bone warrior. He was huge. He got a lot of buffs. So that's the end. And for 2 more tree bones.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh! Gotta watch out for those traps. There we go. Some bone warriors. Watch out in that poison.
Wait a moment.
There's a tree bone. I think our damage is in a good spot. Doing pretty good. Where do you think the next tree bone is? Probably up here.
I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the Strava Deepwood being like this at all. Ancestral boots. Nice.
I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment.
There it is, the final nightmare. Let's see what we got here, guys. We'll keep leveling up Undaunted. Try to get Werebear up to 15 too. Alright, so let's see what we got. Ancestral Legendary Boots. Movement speed, after killing an elite, slow duration, not the best. Pretty bad stats. And we got Hunter's Zenith, another one of those. You get a bonus when you kill with a shape-shifting skill. Werebear, your next non-ultimate werebear skill. Costs no resource and has no cooldown. Werebear, your next werewolf skill will heal you for 613 when damage is first dealt. And the chest has not the greatest aspect, and the stats on it are pretty mediocre. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we'll continue, enjoying patch 1.1 and check out some more Nightmare Dungeons. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.